Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Engineering. Here we are studying operations performed on signal. So in the last class we have seen operations performed on independent variable. In today's class we'll study operations performed on dependent variable. Suppose we are having two different signals, then we can perform addition of those two signals. Means we can add those two signals, we can subtract the signals, we can multiply the signals, or suppose we are having that signal, then we can increase the amplitude of that signal or we can decrease the amplitude. Similarly, we can reflect the signal. So such operations we can perform on dependent variable. One by one, we'll see these operations in detail. So first of all, here I have drawn a signal x of t. This signal is continuous fine signal which is available in the range -1 to +1 with the amplitude 1. Suppose one more signal we are having, that is m of t. Now this signal is available in the range 0 to 1 with amplitude 1. Now if I want to perform addition of these two signals, then it is possible, and this is my new signal y of t, which is equal to x of t plus m of t. Now how to perform this addition? Simply you have to consider the time duration, and during that time duration you have to consider amplitude of that signal. Now this signal is available in the range -1 to +1. This signal is available in the range 0 to 1. Now here we have to consider the new signal y of t, which is addition of these two signals. Now at -1 we have to start. At -1 this signal is having two amplitudes, 0 and +1. So both amplitudes we have to consider. First of all, we consider this 0. At -1 this signal is having amplitude 0. So 0 plus 0, I'll get here 0 amplitude. Then again at the same, here it is having +1 amplitude. Here it is having only one value, that is 0. So 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So at -1 I have this amplitude is equal to +1. So at -1 I am having transition from 0 to +1. Then in the range -1 to 0, here I am having continuous amplitude as +1. And here I am having this amplitude as a 0. So 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So in the duration -1 to +1, I am having this addition is equal to +1. So constantly means as this signal is continuous time signal, each and every time instant shows that amplitude. So it means that continuously I have to show this amplitude as +1. Then at 0, this signal is having amplitude +1. Here this is having amplitude +1. So 1 plus 1, here I am having this amplitude is equal to 2. Again here this signal is having amplitude as a 0. Here this signal is having amplitude as a +1 as it is. So 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. I'll repeat this one more time. Here this signal is having amplitude as a +1. Here this signal at 0, it is having two different amplitudes. So both the amplitudes we have to consider. First of all, I consider this amplitude as a 0. Continuous signal will consider. So 0 plus 1 is equal to 1 as it is. So this amplitude is 1. Then I consider this 1 and the next value as a 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So here is a transition from 1 to 2. Then in the range 0 to 1, this is having amplitude 1. Here this is having amplitude 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So in the range 0 to 1, this is having amplitude as a 2. And then here it is having amplitude 1 and 0. Here it is having amplitude 1 and 0. So for both the signals, we have to consider the transition, the way which we have considered. Here the signal is continuous, like having the amplitude is equal to 1. So continuously it is having 1. Continuously it is having 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. This is the first amplitude. Then it is 0 and it is 0. So it is equal to 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. So here is the transition from 2 to 0. Most of the students will make the mistake like they are adding this 1 with 0, this 0 with 1, and then they are showing that addition is equal to 1. So such types of mistakes can happen. Remember, you have to consider the continuity of signal, and then starting point and ending point you have to consider, and accordingly you have to add. It means that this signal is continuously having amplitude as a 1. This signal is continuously having amplitude as a 1. So first point you have to consider as a 1. First point you have to consider as a 1. So 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Then second is 0 and here 0. So 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. So this is your final x of t plus m of t as your output signal. In the same way, we can subtract the two signals. Again, one more important thing, I have drawn the same signals again. Now you might be thinking why it is needed to draw it one more time. So remember, if you are adding those two signals horizontally, it is quite difficult to analyze. So if you are drawing it vertically, it is quite simple. So that's why I have drawn it like that way. So if you are doing those two operations or some more operations on same signal, then draw it again and then perform those operations. So here again I have to consider the same. First of all, I'll consider this value. So 0 minus 0, I'll have at minus 1 this is 0. Then here this is 1 minus 0, so the signal is having amplitude plus 1. Then continuously 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. Then 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0 means here I am having transition. Then this signal is 1, this signal is 1. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So continuously I have this signal as a 0. So this is your output y of t, that is x of t minus m of t. Now suppose I am having discrete time signal x of n and m of n, and then I have to perform addition of these two signals. Procedure is same, the only difference is here these signals are discrete time signals, means those are available only at discrete instant of time. So here it is not necessary to consider continuous time intervals. Only those values which are given, those values we have to consider, and then remaining procedure is completely same. So here if we want to add these two signals, simply you have to consider these amplitudes. Now here it is given this amplitude is equal to 1, this amplitude is equal to minus 1. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So at minus 1, this is having the amplitude is equal to 3. Then at 0, the signal is having amplitude 1. This is having 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Then again 1, this signal is having amplitude minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. Here this is 2 minus 1 is equal to plus 1. So this is your signal x of n plus m of n. In the same way, we can perform subtraction. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So here I have this is equal to plus 1. Then 1 minus 1, this amplitude you have to consider. Those amplitudes you have to subtract. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. Then 1 minus of minus 1 means it is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So here I have this is equal to 2. Then 2 minus of minus 1 means 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So here I have this amplitude is equal to 3. So this is the signal x of n minus m of n. Now here as I mentioned, we can scale the amplitude of that signal. Means if we are having the signal x of t, we can increase the amplitude or we can decrease the amplitude. So here if we consider this 2 times x of t, or in general we consider a of x of t. So it means that we are multiplying that signal by that particular value. So with that value, the amplitude of that signal will be increased. So in this case, in case of dependent variable, simply if it is given 2 into x of t, you have to multiply amplitudes of that signal with 2 and then you have to redraw the signal. So the signal is available in the range -1 to +1. Amplitude is 1. So this constant 1 is multiplied with 2. If it is having different amplitudes, those different amplitudes you have to consider. Okay. For example, if it is having 1 and then 2, then during that range you have to multiply it by 2 to 1, and during this range you have to multiply 2 to 2. So it means that whatever amplitude is given, according to that amplitude you have to multiply, means you have to scale, and then you have to redraw the signal. So here the signal is having constant amplitude as a 1. So this 1 is multiplied with 2 and then we'll get here the signal as 2. So same signal will be there, only the change is it is increased with amplitude. It will not change in time duration, it will change only in amplitude. So if this is 2 times x of t, it will increase the amplitude. If it is x of t by 2, then this 1 will be divided by 2 and then you will get the signal. So this amplitude will become 1 by 2. So the time duration will remain same and this amplitude will be reduced by 2. So this is about continuous time signal. In the same way, we can consider in case of discrete time signal. So if the signal x of n is given like this way, and if we are performing 1 by 2 x of n. So what you have to do, you have to divide that amplitude by 2. So this 1 by 2 will be 0.5. So here this is 0.5, at -2 will same, at -1 this is -1, so this is -0.5. So this is -0.5, then at 0 there is no signal, so we will consider 0 as it is. So this is 1 divided by 2 is equal to 0.5, so here this is again 0.5, then at 2 this is 2, so 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. So here we get this signal with amplitude as 1. Remember, these time instants should be discrete, means integer value, but amplitudes can be float value, means it can be 1, it can be 0.5, it can be 0.6 or 1.3, any other value it can have, but these time values must be integer. So this is very important. Now for the same signal x of n, if I want to draw 3 times x of n, what I have to do? This is amplitude scaling. So again we have to multiply amplitudes of the signal with 3. So 3 into 1 will be 3. So at -2 this is 3. At -1 into 3. So this is -3. Then at 0 into 3 0. 1 into 3 is 3, then 2 into 3 is 6. So this will be at 2, it is having the amplitude is equal to 6. So this is again having the values of n, and this is your 3 times x of n. Suppose the signal x of t is given like this way. If we want to perform amplitude scaling, amplitude reversal, now this can be considered as amplitude scaling. Why? Because here this can be considered as a -1 into x of t. So with that value, with the value -1, we can say that yes, the signal is scaled. Or we can consider this is simply x of t and we are obtaining minus of x of t, means it is amplitude reflection. So in that way we can consider it is amplitude reflected signal or reverse signal. So here x of n is taken and its reflected amplitude reflected signal minus x of n is considered. So first of all we'll see this x of t. Now minus x of t means here the signal is reflected in this way. Now when we are reflecting it with respect to time, means when it is time reversal signal, then in that case we are reflecting about y-axis, means here we are reflecting in this way. But if it is amplitude reflected signal, then we are reflecting it like this way, in this way. So it means that this signal is completely reflected here. So we are getting the signal with the amplitude as -1. So here if this is +1, here I'll get this amplitude is equal to -1. Here the signal x of n is having amplitude 2, 1 and 2. So I'll get the reflection here. So like this as -2, -1 and -2. If the signal is having the amplitudes like 2 and then -1, then after reflection here we'll get this -2 and this -1 will become +1 in reflected signal. I hope you have understood this concept. So do study very well. We'll see the remaining points in next class. Till then, do study. We'll see you soon.